There, Julius. Morgan stepped out for a couple minutes, waiting on Aurelia.
How you been?
Talking to me.
Yeah. Seen you in since what was over at the grave.
At the grave.
Yeah, all the boys. Michael, Beckett,
Oh,
Torres,
yeah.
Jack. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been alright. I've been staying here. I reckon I'll be here for a while. I've been living by the waterfall. I'm at the general store nowadays. I ain't got much to discuss. I won't be here for the whole meeting, but I figured I ought to let people know where to find me.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you found your way out here.
Yeah.
How you been, Bradshaw?
Howdy, I have been well. Has Morgan told you about the little
Yes.
update over in Van Horn? Okay.
Van Horn.
Oh, maybe not then. Yeah. Remember what you were saying about Miss Alice Quinn?
No, this is Logan.
Oh,
No,
You have
this
me
is
mistaken
Death
for someone
Logo.
else.
I
Had
do
him
have you
mistaken for someone else.
Sorry about that.
I kind of have the feeling that Bradshaw here has just said that you look like someone else completely and probably sound like someone else completely.
Yes. Sorry, you remind me of a friend of mine.
How you been,
Sorry about
Bradshaw?
that. I've been well. Yeah,
We really don't need to step outside. We can just talk on the side.
Okay, yeah. Why don't we talk? We're waiting for Morgan to come back in. See, now that I get a good look, you don't look anything like him. Christ Almighty, I'm getting old.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Any reason there's two sides of the room right now?
I think
Julius is
that's
talking to new folk.
private
Lobos.
conversation, I think.
I see.
Oh, show me. Hey, show me.
Me
Hi.
and Logan. Me and Logan.
Oh, fine, all things considered. How about you?
Too much to say, I think.
Morgan over here.
Any bad things happening?
Well, I was taken hostage earlier.
Think drop.
It was for a water poisoning job.
Who would? Why you would? Where?
The plan was to poison the water supply to Valentine, or get what they wanted. So I was the incentive to get what they wanted.
Did they succeed?
Well, I'm standing here. I'm not blown to pieces, so yes.
This I am glad for. Yeah.
I am too.
Maybe a little bit of poison for the people of Valentine might actually help.
In order for us to.
Who knows?
They were discussing that. How some law might actually allow it to happen. I think that was why I was there, really.
It's, poisoning water. What water supply were they trying to poison? The barrel in the back or
Oh, no, the river.
the river? Okay, yeah, that is almost a useless endeavor.
Oh, why is that?
Well, they dump the poison in a spot, and the poison get washed downstream. But there's new fresh water coming all the time. It will get so diluted in a matter of days that it won't even matter. At least,
Yes.
that's
No,
what. That's
don't
the way I
tell
would think
them
of it.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been in the crossing mostly, but I am quite wanted right now. So not making my presence known too much there. Yeah, I'll be more wanted after tomorrow. But yeah,
Oh?
I have well, we got a little plan. All for Guarma.
Now that's interesting, because I talked to someone who also seems to have some plans tonight.
My plans are for tomorrow.
Oh, never mind then.
Not tonight. Tomorrow, hopefully everything got okay. I want to, okay. I'll just be honest with you. The bank jobs. We hit Valentine, very success. We hit roads, but it was hit the moment before we got there. The damn door was locked, so we opened it up. Of course, triggered the alarm. And I walked in, and it was a big mess. So, unlucky, that one.
Sounds it.
But
Didn't
after-
even have the chance for the bank to refill itself.
No, I don't know why they keep the door locked, but anyway. So we'll try again tomorrow. But doing it for the poor people of Guarma. Hopefully we'll be able to procure enough gems or gold or whatever to help the commerce here, the economy in some way.
Yes, well, I imagine we're going to talk about that tonight. Seems like we have some newcomers too.
Yeah, these are very famous people.
Oh?
Yeah, the one in the without the hat next to Morgan, his name is Coho. He's a native person. He used to ride with Gavin Summers.
If we're riding through the plains back here,
Hmm.
it's a lot
The man in the hat sitting at the table. His name is something Joe.
Him I know. Bonnie.
That's right, Bonnie Jack, yeah. I've known him a long time ago, but I have not seen him in maybe a year. But he is probably, at least he was, the best gunslinger the crossing has ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same with Coho as well. Strong.
Cool.
Yes.
How have you been?
Mama, horse, tiger. Up and down. Yeah, it's a lot has happened in the last few months.
I don't think we've ever met personally, but I've heard your name a handful of times. I'm Logan. Logan Butcher of the Lobos.
It's a great pleasure. I hear sad tidings, though, about the Lobos of late. I don't know if it's accurate or not.
River and Rio died. That is accurate. But on news relating to that, I might need your help if you're interested.
Sure. You want to speak now?
Yeah, that suits you.
Step over here.
Alright. Like I said, like we were discussing, it ain't exactly the best time for us right now. So at the moment, me and Tom are planning to make some money. A welcome back gift for when Santi and the others get out of prison, right? But to do that, we need some help. Me and Tom can't exactly do this on our lonesome.
Take the picture.
Right now, we got Julius in on the game, but we need a couple more.
Okay. Well, I don't have a full crew. We're planning to hit roads tomorrow.
Oh, if you already got plans, we won't get involved then.
It's not set in stone yet. I need to make sure how many. If I were to go on such a job with you all, then I would be an extra hand, and I would not be opposed to this. I could bring me. I could bring my brother. His name is Han. And maybe one other. Tomorrow, if you want to hit roads, yes, we can join forces.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. They've been
No,
around
I'll
me.
leave your crew to do what you do
Check
best.
the arches, my
Me
favorite
and
little
Tom,
video.
and we got Julius. That's the
Walk
three of us,
around,
and then
get
I got a
walk
couple
around,
more names to
go to
ask.
the general store.
And we probably
Somewhere
won't be
you
hitting
walk
tomorrow
around.
anyhow.
Let me know. Do you have my telegram number?
I do not.
Okay, I can give it to you. And I would like yours too, if you can.
I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I'll give you mine.
I can't exactly go to the crossing right now, so I'll send it to you as soon as I'm able to.
Sure. Now, if you do need extra hand or two, my brother you have not heard of or met, but he is almost as fast as I am at the safes. 30, 40 seconds each. He's very skilled with the lockpick. And
I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. And yeah, as long as we it's enough separation between jobs. Yeah, I don't mind.
All right, I'll keep you in touch with your telegram.
X N 961.
XN961.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, thank you for this call.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Anything to help the Lobos, old friends. And I'm sure you know, but you know that the West has changed dramatic the last week or so.
I haven't.
All of the old gangs are dead, gone, scattered. The CD, the bastards. CD was executed a few days ago. Another one or two of the bastards were executed as well. I found two very small gangs down there, both led by women. I don't remember their names. I think one name is Josie. And then the other, I forget.
Josie wouldn't surprise me. I believe she's one of the bastards, or ex.
Yeah.
Thereof. But, well, that exactly don't change much for the Lobos. We'll keep doing what we always did. And if people try to stop us, we'll treat them how we always treated them.
Yep.
But thanks for the info. I'm going to go keep spreading it around.
The pen is mightier than the sword, but I still got a big ass sword if it comes down to it, right? That seems to be the message of that.
Oh shit, we've got a good amount of folk here today. How is everybody doing? You know, formalities first.
Well, I don't think I know who the man in the poncho is. Maybe an introduction first?
I'm Tom Butcher.
And I'm Logan Butcher.
I see. Nice to meet you both.
Pleasure.
Good fellas coming for a lovely vacation over on Guam.
Well, honestly, I thought that Cece would be here, so I guess I'll stop.
I mean, if you need a telegram sent or something, I'll be going back to the crossing tomorrow, so you want me to let them know.
No, if she didn't get caught or was alive, she'd be here. So I would imagine.
I see.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, shit. Okay.
Well, guys, I had to jump in there. I was planning to
If you want to get word through that we're still out and kicking, feel
take
free
a few
to do
minutes
that.
and
But
get ready for a stream, but kind of
We
jumped
ain't
on
af-
me.
we won't ask if anything.
But I'm in Guarma now
Sure. Well, as I said, I'm
at
just offering
the
it
High
in case you
Council
want to.
table.
So, Julius, Duke of Guama, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, honestly, one of the things I've been talking to Morgan and a couple of folk about is that this whole Van Horn revival has been pulling a lot of eyes to it, a lot of attention to it. So, as far as the, my sort of things that I like to do events and that, I don't want to completely put that on hold, but I also don't think it is a terribly good use of our time to try to compete with the shiny new thing, which right now is Van Horn. I'm saying that there's all sorts of folk going that way, right? The other day, there was some man named Bison or Buffalo or something like that, native fella, who, as far as I know, is not a criminal or involved in anything. He was talking about his tribe and wanting to find people and things like that. He's just hanging out in Van Horn. God knows why. I did not get into the reasoning for him being there. Point is that right, there's even lots of civilians and things like that in that town. So it's just everybody is kind of on the edge of their seat, wanting to see where Wallaby goes with this, especially with him getting in gunfights with Law and that sort of thing, right? So, point being is that I think it is best that we use this time to prepare, to take care of things that we don't want Law paying too much attention to, that sort of thing, figuring out more business angles, and then, eventually, right, either Wallabies are going to get caught or, people are going to start, getting bored of Van Horn or whatever the case may be. Maybe just the heat comes down too high, whatever the case, right? And at that point, I think that is a good time to really start pushing hard on getting more folk out here and getting more residents of the island and that sort of thing, right? Not to say that we want to completely abandon that, but if I've learned anything, right, it's that when something is shiny and new and popular, that is where everybody's attention is going to go for a while.
As well, to add on that, just from a different perspective or a different angle of it, there is a lot more deputies hanging around in Annesburg nowadays. Yesterday they had a shootout with Wallaby, I believe, and they were holding the town pretty hard for a few hours. This is obviously an issue for everybody trying to come back and forth from Guarma that are heavily wanted, and I think at least half of this room are probably heavily wanted. So it's a thing to bear in mind, and well, we need to keep an eye on it. If it gets worse and it becomes an issue when they're there daily, and something needs to be done, Wallaby needs to be spoken to, I don't know, distractions need to be made.
Are they searching the passengers?
Not that I've seen. But, I mean, considering Van Horn, and if they start seeing people come to Guarma, because they're there more, it wouldn't surprise me if they started again. Because when there's lots of people coming out here, they tend to start that shit back up. And considering how many fucking criminals there are on Van Horn, they're probably going to be extra alert. People that might be trying to make a break to Guarma.
So I guess first point of business is how is everybody's different endeavors going? I mean, put you on the spot, Cole, but how's that cannabis situation?
Cannabis is, I got 3 plants growing right now. So very, very small crop, but hopefully with these 3 I can grow some more. And then see how it goes. Last time I looked, the plants were about a foot high. It'll take some time.
Okay. No, that's good. Because that's the thing, right? We gotta get more, so you get more seed and get more plants in general, right?
Yep. So right now I have them planted in a secret spot in the crossing, though, because I've been quite busy over there with a few endeavors.
Sure.
But once I collect more seeds, I can bring here. These plants will accrue us many seeds, I hope. As far as business people, I have sent telegrams to a few. I have not received any responses back. I'm wondering if does anyone have Tony Salerno's telegram number?
I do, not off the top of my head, but I have it. I can send it to you back on the main like
I do. I know I have it, and I sent him telegram, but I got no response. So I wonder if mine is maybe a mistake.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. I can definitely confirm that when I get back over the crossing.
In other news, I'm wondering if perhaps I should not either very loosely or give up the position of Port Authority, though. I'm not being able to be here as much as I should for this great responsibility.
Do you have much of a group still? I know you were working with some folk doing
Yeah,
stuff.
it's up and down. The Bakuto have backed out. I don't know where they went. But recently, my brother, my blood brother, found me. So we have a solid 4, and a few others that may be good for quick jobs here and there.
Well, to be fair, currently with the entire port thing, there's not too many folk coming in and out. So, you know, if you're busy and you need to do other things, that's fine. If you want to, I guess, continue to hold position, we could probably figure out how to make that happen. Considering you don't really need to be there all the time, considering there's not that many people coming through anyway.
Perhaps, though, but if someone who is living here permanently, or very most of the time, and I could work with this person, but that person, I would no longer be the head of it. I could help whenever needed, and then maybe this person, whoever it might be, could take over as the what's the word?
Boss?
Yes.
You may want to consider a transitional period where you work with this person closely and train them, and fill them in on knowledge you have and relationships you've already built. Arrange meetings with people that you've done business with in the past and whatnot. You'd want to make sure the relationships continued.
Yeah,
And
I
well,
agree.
we can look for some people that stay around the island a little bit more. As I think we've all discussed, the island's been a little bit quiet recently. I'm sure within time it will pick up, especially with whatever happens with Van Horn, as well as the Yeoman's folk, and well, Garda just not being around. But I'm sure we can find someone that stays in the asylum more permanently to help with the position.
Yeah. And of course, I would, when it gets busy, and if I can be here, I would work under this person. It's no problem for me.
Let me hand you a note at least, because this was left at the port. Not sure if you actually saw it when you came over. Just in case you do run into them in the crossing, you can get that all sorted out. Should be from Lily. It's just about a shipment of lemons or something like that.
Nice young lady.
I figured if you just send them a telegram in the crossing, you can go collect payment if you so desire.
Yep, that was today. Perhaps I'll go meet with her. Maybe discuss some long-term relationship. Where no need to pay taxes every time, but something like we discussed. Oh, by the way, fucking don't trust that man I brought in last time, Ivory.
Okay, we're not going to talk about Ivory until the end of the meeting, and you and me will be discussing that together. But for now, that we can push that to the end.
But we raised the issue of perhaps a small fee on a weekly or monthly basis. They can feel free to come here, pick what they need, and go back to the crossing. Discuss that with her.
Of course. I mean, there's also, I think maybe, I guess at some point, if we can figure out some of these rules and figure out some more specifics with these things, we can get all this written up. Maybe we can have a book or something, just so we're all on the same page of how Guama runs and how these meetings go and the taxes and things people pay.
Yep.
Just so we're all on the same page. We can. Someone think of a fancy title for it. I can't think of anything. Book of Guama. I don't know. I'm sure you can think of something creative.
I'd like to toss in my hat to at least help with Coast Project if he's willing to have me, and you trust me to assist. Truth be told, when I arrived in the crossing, something like the Port Authority position was what I was looking for. Started my work in Montreal. working for a similar business out of the port. Well, the train yard there, not port.
Well, I don't think anyone here will have anything to say against such. So if Co's fine with it, then that works perfectly.
Think of anyone more qualified.
Okay, well, perfect. You two can both. When it comes to the port, I'll be looking at Bonnie and Co the most. So if there's any issues or there's anything we need to talk about, I'll be sure to come to one of you two.
It could be also, if Bonnie Jack is going to be staying here a long time. And if there's work that needs to be done, like this Lily, I could take care of it in the crossing. Come back here at least once every few days or week. Meet up. If there's work to be done there, I can go and do it. Bring it back.
And if there's goods and services, maybe once a week I could post myself up in Ansburg at the docks and receive things from people and whatnot, and have meetings with Co there or here. And also it would allow me to provide security to the docks for anyone seeking asylum here on the island. Could maybe sneak them under the radar. I mean, I don't know what that word means, sorry.
I read many books. I never come across this word yet.
Listen. Bonnie's quite the reader. Okay, he reads lots of fancy words.
I would be more than happy with this arrangement. I think it would work out brilliant.
And I can use my real name and old telegram so nobody picks up on it.
Well, that works perfect then. I will say on my part, when it comes to the island and things in the future, there is currently in works a Taipan meeting. I believe I'm going to invite Taipan to come over, I guess, next week. Tomorrow and onwards. I want to invite them at some point during that week. And we're going to talk about, the potential of doing business, have a nice meeting in here, have some food, some gambling, something like that. I'm fairly sure you won't want to attend such go, which is fine. I don't think there should be any issue between either of you, as long as as long as both paths just don't talk to each other.
Yeah, as long as Strongway doesn't open his mouth, I'm good.
Yep. Listen. If Waste starts, I'll fucking throw him back to the crossing, okay? If you start, I'm also throwing you back to the crossing.
Yeah.
But just neither of you start, please. But we're going to discuss some things about potentially gems. I think that could be our main supplier when it comes to transferring funds into, well, diamonds, rubies, and the rest. But if we do that, I want to get a good deal, for continuous trade. I want them to give us good rates compared to what they'd just give the random, Joe in the crossing.
Tanpan, if you do business with a Chinaman, make sure you Tanpan. If no Tanpan, then he won't do business with you.
Could you elaborate on what Tanpan is?
Oh yeah, shit, Tanpan. To go back and forth.
Haggle.
On the price, haggle. Yes, haggle.
Yeah.
Haggle very fiercely. The fiercer you haggle, the more they respect you.
Sure.
We say 100, you say 10. Then you go from there.
Now if he says 100, I am just going to say 10 and see how he reacts.
Yep.
Zhang Wei will probably slap me, but it'd be fine. But yeah, that's probably going to be the main meeting for, the next week. Is there any days when people can't be around? I'm sure not everyone here needs to be there, but Julius, you probably need to be there, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Bonnie, you wouldn't mind seeing them again, but that's, up to your discretion.
I'd love to see Way again. Like I said, I got something he might fancy seeing if I can get a hold of it before I see him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So which days couldn't you do over the next week?
The days that I can't really do, unless it's like before now in the day, earlier in the day, I would say Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays are my busiest. Mondays, Sundays, and Wednesdays, I can be around up to 12 hours at a time. Like I can be around as much as you need if you leave me a note or kick me awake or whatever.
Yeah,
what
I'll
have
let you know. I'll let you, with this kind of thing, I try and let you know at least the day before.
I'd appreciate
So
that.
if I need you on Thursday, I'll try and let you know like Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, something like that.
I've been sleeping down at the little armory on the dock.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure I can come find you and give you a good kick. And you, Julius, which any days I should avoid for this meeting?
So Tuesdays, Thursdays are bad for me unless it's gonna be late. Other than that, I'm pretty flexible. So Tuesday, Thursday's got to be like 11 or later. But other than that, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weekend, just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I'll try and Tuesdays and Thursdays are no, pretty much. We'll just keep it as that.
Yeah.
I'm flexible to be around whenever, so I'll be there no matter what.
Putting aside, my problems with them, do you need me to be here for security or any other thing?
I don't know if we need your security. If you want, I mean, if you have the right to come to the meeting, if you want to come to the meeting, I'm just, it's. Will you gain anything from it? Is there any point of you being at the meeting? Would be my question.
Yeah, it would be a good test, but other than that's personal. That's not Guarma.
Mhm.
It might be better if I'm not there.
Obviously, there's a lot of personal things between a lot of different folk, but we're trying to keep that away from this table and the issues we're dealing with.
Yes, I respect that.
That's why the ivory stuff we will be talking about afterwards, after this meeting's done. Okay, well, perfect. Julius, did you have any things you're actively working on? Anything we need to know about?
Not much right now. I mean, I'm happy to at least start laying the groundwork for the next event. Unless we want to wait a little bit longer. I mean, I'm happy either way. I still haven't heard from Boone. I'm hoping to catch back up with Mishka at some point. She did write me back. I don't think she's any plan to come back here anytime soon. But Boone is just gone, as far as I can tell. Who the hell knows what he's up to right now?
That's the thing we do need to try, as hard as it might be to find them. We need some Herbie, we need some fucking, what's her name, the doctor?
Natalie.
Dr. Natalie, we need to speak to both of them, preferably, about Garda and the things we've been discussing. And, Herbie, just, in case he has any issues or something to
Wait.
talk about.
Herbie from Rhodes Parlor House?
Yeah, he kind of leads. What's his official title, Julius?
I can say it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a long one.
It is the glorious and benevolent ambassador of the Guarma.
I love this island.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Glorious and benevolent ambassador commander of Guarma. That's it.
I love
That's
this
right.
island.
He represents the
I
militia.
This is the issue with Guam. It's just got too many interesting folk.
I need to see Herbie again. It's going to be a real good time seeing him again.
Well, maybe we can persuade him to come to one of these fucking meetings at some point. He's just a hard man to find when he doesn't want to be found. And with against the rest.
It's so weird. Guarma feels like Rhodes sometimes. Real early
no,
Rhodes.
don't. Okay,
No,
okay,
early
that's okay,
Rhodes,
that's okay,
early
that's okay,
Rhodes.
that's okay.
It was different then. It was when, fuck.
Early Rhodes was fine. Late Rhodes was Valentine too. So it's
Yeah.
just. Although I have, funnily enough, speaking about Valentine, I've been hearing Van Horn described as the criminal Valentine for like the last 2 weeks now. I've had many different people say it to me.
The Kettleman gang was the criminal Valentine.
And Van Horn's actively not filtering the people that come into Van Horn, so the amount of 2-bits and fucking idiots that walk through is, criminal Valentine. And that particularly matters, just interesting.
I think it's going to last long.
I reckon it will either all go to shit this month, and if it doesn't all go to the shit this month, I reckon Van Horn's genuinely going to be quite a long-term threat. It's either going to burn out real quickly, or it's going to leave its fucking mark for a while.
They catch Wallaby. I think it's over.
Yeah, I mean, potentially. I don't know. I don't know how much crime Wallaby's committed, but I'm sure it's a fucking whole hell of a lot. Especially considering he's probably defending Van Horn from deputies every day. Wonder if it's got to the point where they're sitting in bushes or not. Or if they're
Have
sending in
law
spies
gotten
or something.
any better at looking into things, by the way? Is there any more? I know somebody was telling me that they, I was talking about my old record and whatnot. Julius was talking about new records. Are there any kind of information they're starting to keep track of that they weren't before?
They're
Well,
taking fingerprints now. I'm not sure.
yes, I
Yeah,
was about to
that's
say
slightly different.
that fingerprint technology is concerning, to say the least. Once they get those, it's much easier for them to figure out who's responsible for shit. Especially something like a safe, right? You can't get that into that with a bunch of gloves on. So, you know, you leave some prints behind. They get some evidence that you was there.
Need to hide the face from me.
Wait, so what you're saying is they don't have my fingerprints, and I used to be really good at safes.
They do not have your fingerprints. When you get arrested, if you do get arrested, they will take your fingerprints and they will be saved to a file for like the entirety of your life.
If I ever do a bank again, I'm being quiet. I'll do the safes. I used to be quick at it. I might be washed now.
Listen, we can stop by the Taipan gun store. It's fine. Do a little practice.
I might be washed, partner. I don't know if I'll
You
ever.
fucking better
We
not
can
be.
test that if you'd like.
I don't know. I'm trying to think when the last bank job I did was. The last one I really remember was the New Year's Eve one that we did in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That was good.
That was so fucking long ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
all of these
myself. Yeah, we did it in 2 minutes. It was me, Moxie, Bridget, and Clyde Davis, and my daughter.
Clyde, oh my god. That is a while ago.
It's 15 months ago. Jesus Christ. No more than 15. Shit. 17?
And it wasn't New Year's, this past New Year's. It was the New
Yeah,
Year's.
but yeah, it was the one before. Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way, Bunny Jack. When I had not opened the safe under pressure for nearly 2 years. And I was the fastest one on the last job I did.
I still remember that night vividly. I paid $100 to Clyde Davis to kill Sheriff Lewis's horse. And the law got so upset about the dead horse in the street that they all went home and went to bed. And I think while they were going home, we blew the dynamite and we got away with it because it was only Lewis who was left in town mourning her horse that we killed not a few hours earlier. And then we robbed the bank like shitlords. All on New Year's night, and we were all drunk as hell.
Fuck, I'm pretty sure I remember watching some of that unfold, actually.
You were there. I couldn't convince you to do it with us because you were like, you guys are really being jackasses tonight. I think Marcus was there too, but he didn't want to get arrested, and that's why it was just me and Moxie on safes.
Two people opening safe, 2 minutes done. Oh.
But going back to, the meeting. With this entire Taipan thing, is there any proposals or any business or anything that anyone here thinks we should talk to them about specifically? I got a few ideas. I know they might come with like a little presentation. But is there anyone else here that has any input on such? Any business you want?
Well, I spoke to Mr. Wave recently, and he did talk about his bonds business as being the newest venture for Taipan. I don't know if that would have a space here.
I thought he stopped doing that. I mean, bonds could potentially be useful here. It just depends if it's worth the time, I guess. I know they used to do that a little while ago, but I think they stopped doing it. Ko, you would know about this.
It's not so new, but it never really got off the ground too much. It's
Could you explain like the entire scheme to us again?
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
if you remember.
pay a lot of paperwork. Yeah, I wrote the original documents for it. But it's, let's say you have cash money and you say, I want a certain amount of gems for this. The prices are already arranged. And you buy the gems, you give the cash, they hold the gems for you, you withdraw as you need. So you don't have to go home with too many gems if you don't have the space. They hold it, the paper, the bond itself is proof that you are a holder of such amount of gems. And after it's done, you will also be, how do I say this? You get a better price for it, I guess, for the gems, than you would to buy them outright. Which is one incentive. And the other, of course, is to have a safe place like a bank. But you don't need to worry about holding it yourself. That's pretty much it.
See, I like that idea. The only problem I have is that kind of means like all the gems and stuff here and all the money kind of, sure you have a piece of paper, but it's all stored in the crossing when we're like a 3-day boat trip away. I think that's the only
Nobody
issue
can
with that.
use it without talking to Taipan first.
Mm-hmm.
I hear there are not many of them are around very much these days. Maybe that will change, I don't know.
Not many of them around these days, but they're always around on specific days, which I guess is a plus. Funnily enough, the specific days always around on is Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
Used to be Sunday too.
yeah, I'm waiting for Wade to get back to me. So we'll see what happens.
They had a certain representative who could be around more often. That would be a good assurance. But of course, yes, you have the transportation, the travel time, communication would be slow.
Also trying to think, like, could that idea, like, if they had agreements with other groups, work? So, like, they could have bonds of your stuff, but you could, like, buy services and products from other people that also agree to honor said bonds. Not sure how you do that, but it'd be a way of buying things without having to, have the money on yourself.
Would be a good option for those who live here a long time. You don't have that much, there's no banks, you can't store your money away.
Mm-hmm.
You carry it on your person. One day this elusive panther jumps out of the woods and grabs you, well, shit, you'll eat your money too. Most
And
likely.
then you'll get obsessed with it and make a bar about it too.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine doing something like that, right?
But that would be a good thing for those who don't live here long term.
That's definitely a thing to think about, or at least talk to them about. I'm curious to see what their ideas will be. I'm sure they're thinking something similar, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
And unrelated to Taipan is your gold coin idea.
Honestly, as much as I love my gold coin idea, I don't know how to make it work. Like using gold and coins and stuff as a currency here, I just don't know how to make it work right now. It's something I'm actively thinking about, though. If anyone else ever has some ideas, please let me know, because, I think it could be interesting for the mystique and, the riches of Guarma.
You'll make the coins out of flint.
Jesus.
That was a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah. The idea was we'd buy gold from the crossing and we'd like smelt it down and make coins and stuff that'd be worth so and so in Guarma, and we'd get groups outside the crossing to like also accept and appreciate said currency. Something along those lines. It's just
The easier way of the hardest thing people always get stuck on is conversion rates between existing currencies. But the problem is you don't have an established value for your currency yet, so the whole idea of a conversion early on is what kills every business like this. What you need to do is just start selling goods wholesale for gold bars. So sell large amounts of goods from Guarma for gold. So people can come here, buy a giant crate of bananas for a gold bar, and then they take that back to the crossing and sell it there. So now they have clean money from their bananas that they can go sell at produce from the gold that they sell us for goods. Stop thinking about it as a movement of money and start making it about a movement of goods, and your economy creates itself.
God, I am so glad you're fucking back. Jesus Christ. I do know, just as a side note, I know that the Irish folk, the Pavi, are settled in Van Horn now, and they are buying gold bars, I think for 75 a piece currently. Not sure how that necessarily or could potentially relate to us, but it's a thing to know about at least.
How much does a banana sell for?
It has been $5.
Yeah, it's been about 5, right?
Banana, I don't think anyone would pay this much. The problem with the banana is that Saint Denis have banana tree.
Can
So
confirm
it's-
to you, people have been paying that much.
Really?
Mhm.
For
Yeah,
banana.
Charlie's
Yeah, a
been
lot of
selling
people-
lemons and bananas for $5 a piece.
Yeah,
Lemons,
yeah. I mean,
yes.
lemons are
How-
easier, but a lot of people still do buy the bananas. Either they don't know about Saint Denis trees, or they do not care.
Plus, we can just put the label on it of almond bananas, you know, better than that
Yeah.
shitty
Yeah.
fucking city.
Yep.
How many bananas can you fit in like a bundle? If you catch my drift,
5 a
40.
bundle, 40 a crate.
40 a crate. All right.
Mm-hmm. About 5 a bundle. That's $25 a bundle. That in a crate, that's 200.
You know, there's also an opportunity for different kinds of products that use the produce here. Like I know cornbread's one for the lemons. If we do specialty types of goods, that might be more interesting than just, you know, lemons here, lemons there.
That's true. Yeah. I was just thinking you could do 2 gold bars for a crate of bananas, and
Also-
then that would be how you build your bank.
I'm also trying to figure out how we store all these fucking gold bars. Now, if, you know, someone makes a device or makes a box that's lockable in the crossing, maybe it'd be a lot more viable. But I think for now, crates really ain't viable. As I said, this might have to be a little thing that waits until someone with a big enough brain to put a lock on a crate, you know, appears. At least
Did
it's
you
my
put the
fault.
gold nuggets into a gem pouch?
Yes.
I believe so, yeah. How many can you hold?
50.
50. And they're worth $1 each, right?
Yes.
Okay, so, okay. That's a smaller, you know.
Not a bit better, but still.
That doesn't go with the gold bars, though. Can you break? Is there a way to break the gold bars down now? Is there any sort of equipment people have found?
I don't believe so, no.
All right. And you said 5 in a bundle, so that's 20. That's 25 for. You could do a stack of bonds for a bundle of bananas too.
How much does
Or at
Bongo
least
for
a whole
again?
bond.
20? 200? Yeah, 200.
A stack of bonds is 200, I think. At
Although
least it used to be.
I know Hathaway's buying them for 30 each, so.
We don't have to be quite competitive.
Yeah,
with,
of course. I'm just at least letting the information be known.
Yeah, but I think that will be a much easier way of getting gold and bonds here, and then beyond that, you can build a bank at that point. Once you have gold to base your dollar off of, and you have your treasury, you can start forming some sort of credit system amongst residents where they can register through the bank and take a line of credit out on the treasury, etc.
Question. Does everyone here know Hathaway?
I do.
Yeah, Julius, you know him as well, I would assume.
Yes, I do.
What about a man like this? So, would he fit in here in Guarma? What if he, instead of going into competition, like let's say we offer more than 200 for a stack of bonds. Let's say we offer same price, 300. They come to Guarma, they can get more money, they collect the bonds, bring it here, and they're happy, and they trade for goods. What if, instead of competition, talk to Hathaway, see if he's willing to some extent?
I mean, just as a thought, once Van Horn eventually does, you know, whatever happens, happens, we could just fucking steal half away. I have full confidence we could just steal half away for ourselves.
Nothing that group of people has ever done has lasted more than a fortnight, it seems. They burn hot and they burn fast. That man will need somewhere to go in the end.
Exactly. Especially considering who Wallaby has by his side now. I think Wallaby will stand tall and be fine, but the rest, I don't know. We'll see.
If he was to agree, then perhaps if he were to do this business on Guarma alone, I don't know if this would be good for him, good for the customers, considering the price it costs to get here and back. There must be a way to get out, though. If he were to provide these services from Guarma, perhaps that would bring a lot of people here to do business.
And potentially, or it could not bring too many people, and then
Yeah.
halfway gets really bored and decides, okay, I'm done with Guarma, which
Yeah.
is a thing that lots of people could be running into right now.
That's
think
why
it-
I kind of had the idea of someone who works through the Port Authority being over in Annesburg once a week, because it's much easier, funds-wise, to say, all right, I'll be over here once a week, I'll be available all day, block out a meeting with me, we'll arrange and do business. That way our clients don't have to come over here, or we have to go over there all the time. It's just, all right, let's get it done this day of the week, and it's one payment of $250 for me to get back, and one payment of $40 to get over. And but it can just be like an appointment fee, you know, and divide up the cost of those tickets and the appointment fee, and people pay maybe $10 to see you, and by the end of the day, you got a free ticket home.
It's a better idea.
That's what I want to talk about. Obviously, Guama's a big island. And, you know, people will be here because they're curious about maybe staying or doing stuff here. But then they see no one else is here. They get bored and they go back. And that happens pretty much every day with different people. I was wondering if maybe it might be worth, I guess not necessarily an opening time for the island, but more so maybe more specific days we could give where, you know, it's advertised that the island is active at this time. Like if you want to come do business, come to events, come on these days rather than just any point in the week with like a 2% chance of seeing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how we'd do that or how we'd make that work. So obviously, I mean, saying Guama has opening time seems a bit strange, but I mean,
Well,
we need a way to condense people into...
maybe tours.
Oh, tours isn't bad.
I'm sorry, what?
We could offer tours on certain days.
Oh, tours. Okay. I misheard.
Essentially, making sure that the island's populated on those days.
Seems like a strategy that has worked out west in the past.
Definitely. Yeah, that could be quite a good idea. I'm not sure how often we do the tours, but yeah, if you could do a tour, pull loads of people over here, and they see loads of Guama people around on those days, they'd be much more interested in coming over. And if the tours are on days when people can be around, so I guess no tours on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tours
And I
and,
Be
think-
very sincere.
tours and
And I-
maybe open market too. Maybe
That's a good idea.
providing crates of lemons and bananas with rum. People can bring guns here for trade. You know, gold, gems, whatever. An open market. A black market. Maybe gray.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe gray market.
Long term, ideally, I always want to right is that right now it seems like a lot of trades gonna be going through Van Horn, and that's fine. But people knowing that Guama is an option and that it will continue to be an option, even once the law is flushing everybody out of Van Horn, I think is very valuable.
If you advertise a market, call it a free market. It's very, very tongue-in-cheek.
I
Free
agree.
market. Okay.
I was also thinking with getting people to the Guama, like with tours and stuff, we could also get people in the crossing to kind of like coordinate and get people there, like a carriage company or something, pick some folk up from all around the crossing. And as much as I hate to say it, and I really hate to say it, maybe Bluestone could help out with such, do some security, maybe run the wagons and take them to Annesburg, that kind of thing. I know if we're on good terms with Bluestone, that will be good for our general reputation in the crossing.
Yeah, I mean, shit, yeah, anything we're moving legally, I don't see why not. And then whatever we're moving illegally, we can figure out a different plan of action for.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of options to give loads of folk work for the illegal stuff, so.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that part of it.
Wait, how do you mean?
Moving things illegally.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It's very fun.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
It's my favorite crime, in fact.
I'm in the same boat, literally, with you.
Wait, Bonnie, I don't think you heard the story. You hear about how I got Cole over to Guama one time when he was trying to move some guns for Guamageddon.
I'm sorry. Run that name by me one more time.
Yeah, so there was this thing that Edgar was putting on. He called it Guamageddon, where he got a bunch of gangs to show up here, right, and then shoot each other outside of the purview of the law, right? It was a whole thing. But point is that Cole needed to move some guns without the law being aware. And so, you know, we see him getting on the boat. He sneaks on, right? The law ain't seen him yet, but they start heading towards the docks. And we're thinking, shit, right? They're going to intervene before that boat leaves. So what I did is I ran off to the north, kind of where that barn is, and I just shot my gun off a bunch of times. The law come running in, right, trying to see what's going on, and I tell them, oh, man, there was a cougar, right, scared the absolute shit out of me, and I tried to shoot it, you know, but it ran off. I scared it off, kind of thing. I'm okay, right? We talk it out a little bit, and, you know, they start walking back over to the docks, and just in time, we hear that boat whistling. Coey's gone.
Yep. I don't know how many steps they had left, but if they had caught us that day, I probably would be at Sisika. Even now.
My God.
Almost all the guns were from the law. Almost all of them. 30 guns.
Yep. And it was all over an imaginary cougar. And as far as I know, Holt and all them were never the wiser that I had anything else nefarious going on that day.
I was getting ready to do or die that day.
My proudest moment when it comes to getting away with movement. When I was still gunsmith and Rhodes working with Cooper Garrett, I was doing a lot of shine on the side and getting away with it way more than I ever should have. Until one fateful day, I was tearing through a back path that I always took, and lo and behold, Sheriff Hart comes around the corner, just moseying about Wallace Station area looking for a shine wagon. He thought he might get lucky, and he sure enough did. I veered off the path and crashed pretty much immediately because that bright red son of a bitch scared me, and wrecked the wagon, and it went everywhere. And Hart was questioning me about the contents, and he's like, that smells like moonshine, and I got a report of moonshine up this way. I said, well, sir, you rightly don't want to smell it any more than you already do, because these are chemicals I use for gunsmithing. This is acid that I use to treat the metal. And I almost talked into him paying me damages for the contents. Almost. But I didn't get arrested at the very least, and got away with it.
That is good. The one time I got caught doing the moonshine, I told him it was rice wine. But they did not believe me, and away I went. I never did it again, nor will I.
I made
Oh,
way
damn,
too
I was
much
about to
money
ask you to
back-
run shine.
run shine back then.
Well, back then, too, the profit margins were greater.
$400. I miss those times. You could actually buy wheat and sugar and still make money.
Speaking of money, what's the funds look like? I'm guessing we're all gonna have to pitch in somehow for future events in that
Oh,
in the
this
like?
was what I was about to bring up next. The Guam Fund. For the council, the table. Are we calling this anything? Because this, can we give this a name? Someone think of a cool name.
I was calling it the High Council, but we can do something else too if anybody's got ideas.
Anybody got anything else? Otherwise, we'll just go with High Council for now.
High Council's fine.
It does sound slightly pretentious. That's good. That's good.
No,
Fits in
it's
with
great.
fits in with the rest.
It's not quite on the nose yet. Co isn't done growing the cannabis. Once he's done there, it'll be true.
It's the High Council Guama Fund, I guess we're fucking calling it. But yeah, that's a thing to talk about. Do we want to make it so it's a set rate? Everyone that's invested in Guama? Do we need to figure out who's like core members of this council or table? Like, there's probably some things to figure out there. I mean, we could just do it. Everyone just throws money into it at random points, or we could do something a little bit more structured.
I need to admit something here. I don't know if you all will like this or not, but in the banks that we're hitting, at the end of it, to do the work, I give a speech. In the speech, I say this is for the poor people of Guarma, who are sick and tired of the people in the crossing coming to the island to abuse them and steal their natural resources, and they must be compensated. And they know it's me anyway. I'm not hiding my face, nothing. And so I am getting a little nest egg with some gems and whatnot that willing to invest. It's a good idea. Just say it.
That is extremely amusing, but also unbelievably.
It also directs their attention to Annisburg, while we run the other way.
Make ready.
Ko, how do you think I'm gonna feel about it? Just from your perspective, how do you reckon I'm gonna? How do you reckon I feel about such?
I think you love it. I think you love it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
love it. Stop fucking doing that. That's really fucking dumb. Like, really fucking dumb.
How so?
It just the relationship between the crossing and Guama to some extent is important. If you're saying that to a load of fucking just to clarify, you're saying the speech at the bank.
Yeah.
To
After
the
I do job.
deputies
Yep,
and
to
civilians
deputies. Yep,
and
to
people of the
deputies.
crossing.
Yeah.
How do you reckon that makes Guama look, Ko? Tell me.
Tough. Strong. It gives a warning to those smugglers out there who are trying to pillage natural resources.
Anyone got a whiskey? Does anyone just have a drink of some kind? I could really use one. Right
In
now.
all honesty, I've only given this speech one time.
Yeah,
but,
don't do it again.
Okay.
If Law come looking and asking, just tell
All
him.
right, I'm gonna go,
Tell him
see you
he's
around.
senile.
See ya.
He's old enough. It'll work.
Yeah. There you go. Former opium smoker is still in opium haze.
Ko, I don't even. Ko, stand up. Get off the chair. You dumb motherfucker.
Here we go.
Little attention, it might be good though.
Does that get the point across about how I feel about that?
Well, yeah, you hit like a girl, but okay, yes.
Sure.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
hey.
Here, look, I have a tooth. Look, I'll give you my tooth here. Look, you knock it.
Why do you have a
You
tooth?
knock a tooth out.
What's your tooth? I
About
did
to say,
actually.
Co, I have seen some of the hardest hitting sons of bitches in the crosshead who are women. So I
Yes, I agree. I agree.
just say,
You're right.
just
You're
say,
right.
Don't say
You're
that shit
absolutely
around
right.
Bailey, or you're gonna be knocked out for a week.
You're right. Absolutely. Most times I lose boxing matches also to a lady too.
But yes, Ko. Just like anyone else, I'd be really pissed at, but just don't do that, preferably.
All right, fine. I'll try
Did
and
you
think
also,
of another
after that,
strategy.
you said you were trying to send them to Annisburg away from you?
Yeah. Hopefully they would take the bait and run up to the. Once we lose them, they go to Annisburg to try and catch us at the dock, maybe. I don't know if it'd work or not, but maybe.
No, I won't hold a what if against someone, but I will throw you a what if. Imagine if Julius was getting on the boat at that time, and they went to check the people that get on the boat, and Julius got arrested for like years.
Yeah, that would be a big sucky.
You know, just
Mm-hmm.
maybe a reason not to do that. Plus, I mean, you don't need to be best friends with the law, but I'd rather at least be neutral with the law. Actively telling them that, oh, all the shit we're stealing from the crossing, oh, that's going over to Guarma, you know, where the orphans and the friends are and all of that. Like, that's an incredibly bad look.
Well, I won't do it again. I don't agree with your assessment, but I won't do it again.
What do you mean you don't agree with my assessment? How can you not agree with my assessment?
I think it makes Guarma look strong.
Makes Guarma look strong.
I think so. I think there's nothing too bad about a little bit of tension between the crossing and the Guarma, but...
Julius, please put your input in this. Surely there's some level of sanity here that I can call upon. I'm not crazy for finding, like, this is incredibly funny, but incredibly fucking... I don't even know the word irresponsible.
I think people have different perceptions of strength, and I get where you're coming from, Cole, but I don't know if this is the wisest plan either. That's all. That's all. I think we can find a happy medium here.
Yeah, I think we can. Rob as many banks as you'd like. Stop telling them it's for Guarma. There we go. It's as easy as that. And stop sending them to Annisbach.
I think they will figure out very quickly that we're robbing banks and we're coming back here and we're doing shit, right? I mean, chances are they're putting a little two and two together with me robbing banks and running a bunch of shiners. I think I was not secretive about running that shine either, right? That you know, all that money was going to something, and they hear about this goddamn event, right?
Yeah.
So they will figure it out. We don't need to you know, slap them across the face with it.
Yeah, like, there's some level of, you know, they have to think slightly, you know, rather than just announcing to them this is going to Guarma. Because then it kind of seems like Julius might be known for like the Duke and stuff, but him doing crimes and coming back here and funding things, like, sure, that's Julius, you know, he's done crime. If you're actively saying it's like for the innocent people of Guarma, it starts to look like maybe you're getting told by, you know, the officials of Guarma to do such. Like, you know, our island's really poor and there's loads of orphans, so we're gonna come rob all your shit.
Like, do it again.
Okay. I can't need fucking Bonnie over here, so for this fund talk. Actually, if anyone has any opinions on this fund thing, about how we can do it, or like if we want to set amount of money, or how we're storing it, who's storing it, this
yeah,
kind of thing.
who is the most important?
Well, in the past, Julius has done most of the arranging and buying. So if Julius goes away, all the funds go with him.
Yeah, and I hate being responsible for money if I can avoid it. So
We could
I mean,
also-
if need be, you know, I'm happy to. But
We could split it between two people. Me and Julius, for example.
Or you and me. I'm not wanted.
Sure, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I do want. I'll make it known that all the funds I think should be stored directly in Guarma, and the funds will be in gems most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have. I'm sure we all have our storages over here. You know, our little safe, you know, private boxes. I can store plenty of gems in there.
Right.
But it's the thing of, do we want, like, we could...
An accountant.
We do need an accountant. That's something that's we're going to actively be looking for. And that's probably one of the first things we look for. But we need someone that we can, like, trust more than anyone. That's that's the issue right now.
Yes.
But it's like how much do we want to start dedicating to this? Would this be a thing where we all give so and so amount of money each week at each meeting? Would it, like, it depends on how dedicated everyone is. Like, I'm sure me and Julius are perfectly fine to give plenty of money to the fund, but you know, I'm not sure Co, considering you're in, you know, the crossing a lot. Bonnie, because he's on Guarma a lot and doesn't make too much money. Like, it's
It doesn't.
I don't know how you want to do it.
All right, Morgan
Knows more
Julius,
about the
I
plan.
am going to step out for now. It has been a pleasure meeting a lot of you again.
It's been good
Yeah,
to see
yeah,
you.
yeah. We'll talk again
Julius,
soon,
when's
I'm
the next
sure.
time you'll be around so we can further discuss our plans?
I do have to get back to the crossing at some point tomorrow to talk to Shay. So perhaps if I run into you before I leave, we can talk then. Otherwise, I don't have a set return date, but I'm sure I'll be back soon.
All right.
If you have a good time tomorrow there, Julius, I'll be there too. Spoke with him.
Okay, okay. Shit, I wish I had an exact time for y'all. Would 4 be too early for y'all?
No.
4 works just fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's plan on 4 then. Okay.
All right. Hey, try to get some of your people to be around as well if you could.
That may be more difficult. I don't even think any of them are on Guamo right now. But
Never mind that. Well,
yeah, I mean we can talk.
enjoy the
and
rest
make
of your
our
meeting.
plans. Yeah, yeah. I was just saying we can talk, make our plans, and then I can see who will be available on whatever day and time we're looking at.
All right. I'll see you later then.
Thanks again, May. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
Bonnie, we're speaking about the Guama Fund, and obviously there's a few things here of
Excuse me, just a
we
minute.
want a single fund that we can pull from for Guama's activities and things that I guess are like sanctioned by the council. It's just a
I
matter
think
of how we like. Is it people will just give money, as much as they want? Is it a thing that people will give money in like a set period, like maybe every meeting they bring some money, this kind of thing, whatever they decide? And there's also the variable of like how dedicated people are to the island, how much are in the crossing, this, and this. Like me and Julius, obviously, will give plenty of fucking money. But I know you don't make too much money on Guama. I know Ko goes back to the crossing a lot, so it's a matter of like how we want to manage, how much money we're giving into this fund.
Prefer to give gems, cash.
But yeah,
I need.
gems would be preferable. But it's just like how much like are we putting a rate on this? Are we just giving money for the sake of giving? Like that's the question. People that are actively giving money should be the ones that like the main people at this council that are voting every time. So like if someone needs some money for something, we would vote on who needs, if they're allowed it or not. The people that give the money should also be the ones voting for who gets the money. Just a matter of how dedicated everyone is and who wants to be at this table and this and this.
Right.
If anyone has, their view or perspective from themselves, speaking about themselves being at the table and paying money and that kind of thing, that would be appreciated.
I think if you hold a position or run a business, you should pay dues, either monthly or weekly.
I'm
And it
also
doesn't
fine
have
with
to be.
whatever.
It doesn't have to be a large amount. Little goes a long way, and then maybe big jobs you could take just a percentage off the top.
I guess it's a thing of maybe it's worth writing a list of who actually sits at this council. That might be a good place to start.
I think
think
they're all
that's
here today.
Yeah, but I need everyone to agree and say yes. I'm committed to Guama. I'm committed to being part of this council. I'm intrigued and have best interests for the island.
Hold on. You need to hear me say yes. I think you already know that's my fucking answer. It's you, Morgan.
Okay,
I
fair
have
point.
your back, motherfucker.
Okay, well, I guess to Aurelio and Co, I'm sure I would know the answer, but I'm not just going to assume for anybody.
Yes, I'm committed.
Oh, my turn. Yes, sure. I can do.
Okay. Let me. I'm gonna stand up and do a little writing. Give me a second.
So, Morgan, I'm gonna start writing the story of this gun so you can sell it too. Because this is also the gun that was at the barrel races. And this is the gun that killed Connor A. Cree.
Can I just buy the gun? If you want money, I'll
Like,
pay for it.
no, that goes against the idea because if we auction it, it's raising money for Guarma. I'll
Can I
just
hold
take
it?
like.
Can I hold it? Listen, I just went
What
to the
did he
gun
kill?
auction and purchased 10 guns. I will sell every fucking gun instead of selling this gun.
Oh my god.
That's a gun you leave in your fucking will to like your children or something. That isn't a gun you just.
What did he kill again?
Connor A.
And I
Cree.
agree. One of the one of the Kelly folk.
Okay.
Like, I will happily trade my entire box of guns back in the crossing for this fucking thing.
Would you happen to have any food?
Yep.
Let me see in the
Hang
light.
on.
I'm looking in the light.
Engravings have no tactical advantage. I need to get rid of it.
Oh come on! Oh come on! I'll trade guns right now for this.
Thank you.
Plain navy with an extended barrel.
I don't have a plain one, but you'll like the one I do.
Think of
I have it on
Tongwei.
my piano. You'll
Ah.
like the one I do have.
Interesting. Elusive.
I'm keeping that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell it.
Well,
No matter how
sell
hard
my
I
leg.
tried,
let
I
me
couldn't
show
get
you
him
my-
to talk about himself. He kept turning the conversation back to the business or
One's
the
an
community.
arse, it's just fucking- yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all.
I'll give it time.
Mm-hmm. I also spoke to Copperhead, though.
Ah,
Sorry, hold on.
he's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to
It's
talk.
always been about
Quite a lot.
making
Yeah,
fun
he
of
does.
people and making money.
He has a date with us on the island. He suggested coming over here for an event where, I don't know, a
That gun
group
says
of
if
people
anyone
come
offers you
together
less
and
than $1 for
everyone
that, you better not
tells
take it.
spooky stories.
Oh, I'm not. Listen, if
That's
I-
like
I-
$3,000 at least.
You gotta remember that I sold a Hearts gun.
He
after
told me
I
the story
stole
of how he
from him
lost
for
his
6
finger, and that's how
grand.
it came
I
up.
mean, you can also
Ah,
say
yeah, I
say
remember.
that that gun was directly responsible for causing the gang war of 1901. Because I mean,
which were?
it-
Which were?
the really big one that we
The big
fought,
one,
you know,
okay.
the biggest crossing one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that gun. What you used it
Yeah,
at the
it's-
barrel
it's-
races? Okay.
yeah, he's-
Yeah,
what did the
Julius.
newspaper say? A
Julius
great
will
slaughter in the
appreciate
streets.
this.
I remember.
Whoa, what's happening?
You'll appreciate. So the gun I
Okay.
have, right?
Yeah.
When I was gunsmith, I only ever made 3 guns for myself. One
Okay.
was stolen like right away after I made it. It was called Speakeasy. Is what it was called. And then I made the first version of the one I have now, which I got arrested the first day I made it, and it was called Catch Me If You Can, which made me look like a damn fool. I made it again though because I'm arrogant.
Oh, I like
and-
that though. I could carry around a gun like that, man.
Yeah, I was arrogant about it, right? So I made it
Sure,
again,
sure.
and I'm like, I'm never gonna let this one get caught. And sure enough, this is the gun I've had since, and every crime I've committed, I've had this one. I had it smuggled out by medical. I stole it back from Brian Wright in Armadillo once. But yeah, it's been through everything with me, and I don't know of many guns like that out there anymore, at
But
least.
if there's like a gun as old as that, I can't think of any. Honestly,
Is oh hell, is Black Licorice still around? Or
I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
I don't know
if
their guns.
that was one of Gavin's guns that Klaus had. and-
That's gone. That's definitely gone.
yeah. What about Butcher? Is Butcher still around? Beckett's gun.
I don't think so.
I know that one was getting sold a lot. I had that in my shop for a little while. I think Riley
that-
sold it to me to make a wedding ring for Klaus. If I remember right.
That gun's been in like 3 of the biggest events of the entirety of the crossing. So I mean, yeah, it's worth a pretty penny.
Beckett's gun, yeah. It's fucking insane.
I wasn't speaking about Beckett's. I was speaking about fucking yours.
Hold on, man, it's just me.
What do you mean? It was used at the biggest Fort Mercer fight, the biggest robbery to happen in the crossing, and the biggest war in the crossing. Like, I mean, what else is there?
Biggest isn't always better, Morgan. There's a lot to be ashamed about some of the shit I did back then.
Well, shrug it off and, just say Fort Mercer, because, I mean, no one can deny Fort Mercer.
Oh, shit, I almost forgot. So while I was saying that, I'm kind of tempted to put a little bit of a pin into the next big event. I do think that having another poker game out here would be very beneficial. Another one of them high stakes ones with horse deeds, since the last one was guns. It's been a while since we've done one, so I think that is a pretty straightforward, low impact event to throw together. So I'm gonna start talking to folk out in the crossing, see who's interested, and yeah, just I guess put a date on it, make it happen.
Sure. I can also speak to Mr. Orvid about the person who was raffling off the horse deeds. I don't know if you would want to get in touch with him, since he seems to be the person who has the most of them.
No. So the idea is that folk bring their own horse deed, right?
Oh, I
They
see.
exactly. They
As
one of
part
the
of the
things they
pot.
bet with. Mm-hmm. Yep, you bet with a valuable horse. Uh, One that's actually your horse, right? That was the stipulation last time. Don't just go out and buy a new horse, right? Bring one of your horses and bid with it.
I used to rob banks with Orvid.
Oh, really?
Dr. Orvid.
Yeah,
Really? Oh my god, that man is more
Wait, Orvid robbed
complicated.
banks? Since when?
I had no idea about this.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you.
Oh, Morgan's really jealous now.
I'm really really
he's like,
aggravated.
you robbed banks with some other British man? I'm jealous.
You prick! You prick!
He's sick.
Oh, that's very interesting. I'm gonna have to ask him about that.
I'm gonna interrogate
He
him
wasn't
about
ever directly involved, but he helped me a lot.
Hmm.
In fact, it's even more frightening that you know him and are associated with him. I don't, Morgan, she scares me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's
But
good.
yes, feel free to ask around if y'all know any poker players. I know Miss Raymond Russo is very interested. Basically, general rule of thumb is that folk can bring 2+1s, just so we ain't looking at too many crazy number of folks showing up, kind of thing. And then it'd be a grand plus a deed for their personal horse is what they'd be betting with.
Do we want to pay for their tickets over for the single, like the people actually sitting at the table?
Yes, we can. I can make that happen. Just
Yeah,
tickets
that's
just for the 6 competitors.
Yeah.
Anybody else they bring is on their own.
When do we want to aim? It's probably good to have an idea of when we want that event to happen. I mean, it's
Yeah.
realistically we just have to persuade 6 people to come over. It's not the craziest event to happen. I mean, the first thing I did with Guama was arrange a poker event, so I think
Sure.
could probably
What do we think about the 3rd, June 3rd? Does that seem
Uh,
reasonable, folk? It's a Saturday.
Saturday's always good for me.
Earlier in the day or later in the day?
That is a good question. I'm pretty available on them weekends. We could say 7, maybe. That seems
I can
pretty
do
good for a lot
that.
of folk.
So on the days I listed earlier, my busy days, I'm only busy from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. New York time. After that, I'm free.
Okay.
Or before that, rather. After that, I go the fuck to sleep.
of course.
Yeah, but does that sound reasonable for everybody? We tell them 7 p.m. on the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, let's get the word out then and see who we can get to commit. We're gonna want a solid 6 and maybe 1 or 2 backups in case somebody's got to drop out at the last minute.
Let's try and persuade a sheriff again.
That would really be something I would love for a sheriff to attend.
If we do a high stakes poker game on the way out, we'll need security in Ansburg. I'll happily help there.
Yes, that would be valuable.
Yeah, we can save that I guess we can talk more about this event after doing a lot of talking around in next Sunday, I guess. Be the best
Yeah.
part to fully arrange it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I think we start looking around, seeing who's interested
Get some
now, and
potentials.
then.
Question. Once we get the Guarma funds all arranged, I suppose we'll probably want to be opening an account and decrossing for it. Am I right? Or do you want to keep it here?
We're going to keep all the Guarma funds on Guarma, preferably. So in the form of gems, some of us will hold the funds, pretty much.
Wait,
Just
hold
thinking.
on. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar wrong. Let's do the 27th, not 3rd. We don't need it to be 3 weeks in advance. I think
Sure.
27th is good. That still gives us, a whole other weekend and all that to prepare and
Yeah,
get
shit, the
people
3rd
interested.
is fucking while away. Yep, okay, yeah,
so
that's
fuck
fine.
27th.
Okay, this
Yeah, all
Guarma
right.
fund that we haven't finished talking about yet.
Oh, yes, sorry.
So I was writing a list of, because everyone I assume that sits at the table should probably be giving some amount of money to the fund. You know, they care about Guarma, they want to have say on Guarma, you know. It only makes sense that some funds are given for Guarma, and also the people sat at the table will be the one to make the decisions on what funds get spent on.
Sure. That makes sense to me.
Currently, I'm not sure if I'm missing anyone, but from what I've wrote down, people that stand at, well, pretty much everyone here, and pretty much only everyone here is the people that sit at the table currently. I'm not sure if I'm missing somebody or not. People that are consistently here, I guess I should say. Does anybody have any other names?
What about Atticus?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair, that's
Addy
fair.
should definitely be considered, I think. He's here when he's here, but, he's, I think, one of the most regular contributors to Guarma.
I'm pretty sure I'll be here next week, so... Yeah, so that leaves 6 people. Now, do we want an official amount of, like, how much is given every so often, or do we want anything along those lines? Or is it just whatever you have in your pockets at the time, you give a certain amount of money each meeting, like the intervals and the amounts, I guess, is what I'm asking here.
What about maybe the first time a set amount after this? Maybe a little bit flexible.
I think before we figure out dues, maybe we figure out a budget. How much money would we like to have around, and then we figure out how we can divide that up evenly between all of us. Might be easier to figure out how much money we would like to have.
I think the amount of money I'm going to suggest to be around might be a bit ludicrous.
Yeah, no, I think it might be easy, especially because, don't want people having to, break their damn backs just making the money kind of things. It's already expensive getting here and leaving here and all that, right? So, I don't know, maybe we start with something small and reasonable and we just kind of add to that fund. And because like I said, I'm more than happy to engage in extracurriculars to make sure that can cover funds when need be, right? So I don't think we need anything too extreme. And then if it ends up being, hey, we really do need to start asking for more, right, we can do that. But I don't know, start with something reasonable.
No matter what it's set in, I still have the intention to just fucking throw money at Guarma. So
Exactly. It's just to help supplement.
So should we do it on maybe like every meeting? I don't know, $50. Is that crazy?
No.
Oh, that's not crazy.
I feel like that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I think 50 each meeting sounds good.
So every meeting, someone brings 50. Let's say there's 6 of us. That's 300 a week. It's not bad at all.
Also, here's an
Plus,
idea.
plus with like businesses and stuff that come through, obviously they can pay a fee, like the taxes, those kind of taxes and stuff can go into the fund as well. If there's other things relating to the island that needs us involved, they can also go in as well. Plus the idea, like, let's say we have people, because there's definitely more people in Guarma that want to go back and rob banks. Say, like, maybe we have some supplies on hand ready. They give a little portion of said job to Guarma, just for the supplies and for, like, staying there, the sanctuary, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Let me tell you, in China, in my home country, many times, titles, once someone is deemed worthy of a position, the title is actually purchased over time. This might sound like a corruption to some, but it is where I come from. It is normal everyday practice. What if you were to set a high bar, a certain amount of money, and over time this would give people incentive to contribute when they can?
I will put $10,000 in the fund if I can be called king.
I mean,
Seems like a fair trade to me. I'm just.
we do not have a king of Guarma right now, so
God, no.
king of the castle.
What kind of title were you thinking, Co?
Oh, me, no, nothing. But others, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I would like, but if there was such a thing, I might be a little more eager to put in more funds when I can.
The title thing, I think this island has an issue with people getting false fucking titles for reasons they don't deserve. I think that's an issue this island's run into on numerous
yeah.
occasions.
First, it would have to be people that qualify, that meet these standards, whatever they are.
Give us some examples of a title then, Guy.
Xiaomei, can you help me?
Well, king is one, I suppose.
I know, with the king
Queen.
scrapped. King, queen scrapped, gone. Not doing it.
It doesn't have to be like royalty titles, but you know.
It doesn't matter, it's just that
Counselor?
title, that's...
Don.
What? You said
Don.
Right. Counselor, Don, Baron, Marquis.
The Black Panther.
Lord.
I still think Marky Morgan. No, I hate
The
it.
Wild
actually.
Boar.
I wish my name wasn't Morgan sometimes.
I don't know, you can use military or you can use, the animals of the island. I don't know. In China.
I find it interesting that so many people come here looking to give themselves titles and live in castles, when I just see it as a chance to be truly invisible and make a lot of money.
And I'll be honest, I'm kind of the entire title thing. I'm not the biggest fan of. I do think at the council, like if we start figuring things out and people have their like niches in their specific areas, we should give them like a title of like whatever the title was for you being at the port. We could have like the financial advisor of Guarma or whatever else, that kind of thing. I don't
Right.
think
Make me the
The-
treasurer and call me Pockets.
exactly.
I like these.
Yeah, I mean, truly, right? The whole reason that her being Natalie and I thought it would give me titles again more to communicate things to the crossing and help people see that I am someone to go to in the wake of Edgar and all that shit, right? Him strutting around. But I agree, right? There's definitely times where it's useful and times where it's more of a hindrance than anything else.
I wish we could think of like everyone that's like, what could a title be of everyone that sits at the castle? The council. So everyone that's part of the council has a title. That's
Council
like
member.
similar.
That's what it usually
something,
is.
I was thinking something a little
Chairman.
bit more flashy. Chairman. Yeah, it's getting closer.
Table man, table woman.
I'm the table man of Guarma.
Yes.
Okay.
Terrible.
Fuck.
I'll let you enjoy your
Alright.
dilemma. I have some business I need to take care of. You all have a good night.
All right,
Sure.
Jack. Good to see you.
Mysterious man.
Here, what if? All right, I need to bring this up, and let's keep this hush hush. I don't want anyone here talking to the person I'm going to mention about this.
Sure.
Okay. This is Mr. Salerno. When I spoke to him, at that time, he was very, very keen, very interested in doing as much business with Guarma as he could. And he's mostly interested in the herbs, tonics, this kind of thing. So he also said to me that he asked me, how does one become citizen of Guarma? And I say, well, I don't really truly know, but of course you have to be here. You have to do good for the island. You have to work hard for its prosperity. And he say he's also interested in this. Now, I did telegram him once, maybe twice when I was back. I heard nothing back, so maybe it is all a ruse. Maybe it's a true feeling of him. I don't know. Perhaps he wants a safe place to go to when he's in trouble. But a man like this, a man of means, he might be interested and be able to be persuaded in buying a spot of land or a title or something. What could Guarma offer him? And he would bring gems or cash money to buy such product or such title. I don't know.
I think the best thing we can offer right now is licensing. And like contracts with businesses and that kind of stuff. Like if they want to, work with Guarma, be part of Guarma and stuff. We can have some. I've completely lost my train of thought. Sorry, never mind.
No, I get
I've
what you're
completely
saying.
lost my train of thought.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. So start off there, and who knows what the future. But if he were to become a licensed partner with Guarma, I think he would also want citizenship, a place to go when he needs to lie low, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe we can use this in some way to profit from it. Idea. I don't know what.
I'm not sure either. I think it depends on what he's looking for.
He did ask about real estate, and he asked about what could Guarma help him with if he were. I told him, well, the militia here, they don't interfere too much with the people's lives. You're free to do as you wish, as long as you protect the island and, of course, don't hurt the people of the island. Other than that, there's really not. Don't try and take over the government. That's about the biggest rule there is.
Right. It sounds like he's looking for a mutually beneficial situation.
He's a businessman. He's, of course, I think they dally a little bit in the darker side of business at times, but can he be trusted? Or is this even a deal where he needs to be trusted? He provides the good, we purchase. He wishes a place to lay low. All right, we have it.
Speaking about being trusted, I do in the future with these meetings. Obviously, we're very open, and if anyone in Guarma wants to come to a meeting, they're fine too. But I do think maybe towards the end of the meeting or the start of the meeting or something, we have a period in which it is just the people that actually sit at the council to discuss more, I guess, sensitive issues. So there is a few of them, and I don't think everyone's instantly going to start telling everybody our secrets, but it's something to be aware of at least.
Sure.
Also, speaking of trust, what about the word trustee?
Oh,
I believe
So
there's also another word, alderman.
alderman. I do like
Alderman.
that too.
It's not
What do you
bad.
mean? Like a trustee.
Yes, it's a person who is responsible for the affairs of something else.
I like it. Yeah. Alderman.
Yeah, it's a bit. It sounds like an older man. Like,
You are very old, so yeah, it fits. Actually, speaking about trust, this was what I was saving until everyone else is gone, so perfect. Ivory. Now, Ko, take a seat.
oh, I'm standing.
Okay, I was trying to be dramatic, but sure, let's stand. Let's stand. Sure, let's stand. Do you want to explain what happened at that bank job between you and them?
Yeah.
Just paint us a picture from start to end. I want to know every detail.
I met Ivory down by the river. He was a young man, a little bit of stutter. I don't know if you caught that or not. And he was very confused. He thought there was money to be made here. He could not figure it out, and so I helped him make a little bit of money. Over the next few days, we meet every once in a while. We talk, and he said he was very driven to try and find his family from another state, and he needed money to do this. So I asked him if he was interested in doing a bank job. And yes, he was. And he said he had a friend, a man named Mr. Cook. I don't think either of these names are their real names. And so we did the bank job. We get away, had a little shootout with the law in the forest. We get away. We were supposed to meet at a certain location. We were separated, though, in the woods. So we all went our separate ways. And I was the first one to get to the location where we were supposed to meet up. And they were there. and we talked a little bit, and then they tied me up and tried to rob me. They only got my pistol, though, which I didn't care about anyway.
Why did they tie you up? What
Why?
was the reason they gave?
They
What were
wanted
terms?
all the money from the bank, and all the gems, and all the
Okay,
cash
tell me more specifically what they were saying, if you can remember.
Basically, that they wanted it all, and that they were disappointed the other two had not made it yet. This is while I'm tied up. I tried to convince him that it would be much more profitable to not only to split everything up equally, because they walked away with less, but in the future. But he was not concerned about future. He wanted things now, immediately. He was in a huge hurry, like fire under his pants, to make this money, whatever way he could, so he could either go back to his family or find his family. Yeah, and in the retrospect, there were a few things that they said about robberies they do that I should have maybe given me pause right before we hit the bank. But by that time, we were already set. We were already ready. And, well, we hit it. We got away fine, but, yeah. This man is not who he appeared to be to me. After he tied me up, though, his stutter disappeared. And his voice a change. And, I guess the real self showed through.
Okay. That's your side of events.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I was at the gun auction today. I purchased some guns, and while I was waiting, I felt a navy pointed at my back. It turns out it was Ivory wanting a chat.
Oh.
I said, sure, we can have a chat after this. He, I guess, to convince him that I'd actually come have a chat, I gave him my gun, and I said, listen, I'll come talk to you afterwards. We did, and we had a little ride and a little chat about some things going. Now, from my understanding and what Mr. Ivory has told me, you had a plan of leaving the bank, riding up a hill, getting off horses, gunning down lawmen, and if they back up, getting on horses and riding off. This be correct?
Yep, that's right.
And would it also be correct that those two did in fact get off and start shooting, but you three kept riding?
No, that is bullshit. In fact, 4 of them, once we got out on the hill, with little standoff with the deputies, I think the deputies fired first, and we began to fire at them. A little bit of running around in the trees. I was nicked a few times, did a circle, returned, got on my horse, and began to ride. At that time, I saw 4 of them all together. I rode closer to them, and then I told them beforehand, if he gets hot, I'm going to try and lead the law away, which I did. And so the law followed me for a little bit. I rode away on the horse and got off at a certain distance, went on foot the rest of the way. The 4 of them, somehow, I don't know how they got to separate, but when last I saw them, they were all together. No, he also said to me that
to clarify, you're willing to put your life on this?
Of course, yes, 100%. And the plan, they did not go by the plan either. We were supposed to have a little bit of a shootout on the hill. The law gets off their horses. We were to get back on our horses and ride away together. It wasn't to run through the trees, no. That was what the plan was. Yeah, so whatever reason he gave you is bullshit. All he wants is quick money.
See, I'd be willing to believe that. The only issue is he potentially could have robbed me for thousands of dollars earlier, and instead didn't. He had this lovely conversation with me, gave me his perspective, rode with me, gave my gun back. Now, sure, maybe he's trying to be nice. Something to that effect. Although I don't particularly see what gain it has for him to be all friendly and lie to me like that. And apparently also, fuck, train of thought again. Apparently when they were doing what they were doing, you were going on about how, you know, they don't want to burn this bridge. Something about, you know, how important this bridge is, and it's the only bridge they have in the crossing,
yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So that part's true.
Yeah. I was trying to convince him not to take this route, not to try and rob and run away. It's a good bridge to have to Guarma, even to my own self. If they get guns, I can buy for good cash or gems. But they wanted nothing to do with it.
So this is either a miscommunication or one of you are lying to me.
It's not me. They are thieves. Do not believe them.
Would you be willing to meet Ivory one-on-one?
Why?
At the oversee of me and some others?
I don't care. It would be fine, but I don't see any benefit in it.
But do you have plans to go gun him down?
No.
I'm pretty sure he thinks he's going to have to act fast if you come near him.
No, I don't have any of these plans. He is a little bit of part-time bandit. Fuck up. I don't have time for him. Plus, he did not get much. He took a few bullets, took my pistol. Left me my rifle, though. Not without honor. I have no issues with him. I am not angry or whatever.
So maybe a meeting's not needed. The only issue I have is one of you is lying to me, and whichever one's lying to me, I'm planning to shoot. So
How
I'm
long
going to
have you-
figure out who's lying.
How long have you known?
I've known you a long time, Guy. I've known you a long time, but I'm willing to bet this is maybe a perspective thing, or someone got confused, or someone's misreading the situation. And I mean, if you don't particularly care, then there's no point of a meeting. Everyone can go their own way, and what's done's done, I guess.
Not giving him a second thought, except for the time that I brought him up to you. I sent Julius a telegram. He was in a very big hurry for money, for gems, for riches, whatever he could. If he's trying to convince you otherwise, maybe he's trying to catch a bigger fish. I don't know.
Or
An
maybe
entire
he-
crate of guns, $1,000 on me, and very nice fucking unmugged guns that he was aware of, and he did not make a single move in the
Yeah.
middle of Tumbleweed, which was empty.
Right.
It's
That's the part
strange.
that's the part that confuses me here.
This I don't know, but yeah, do not trust him.
Oh fuck. There is a potential of him doing business with Guarma, so this is also slightly
Do
part of the issue.
business. Do the business. Just be very careful. Don't
Sure.
shoot.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is somehow all some sort of misunderstanding, but I guess time will tell.
I mean, it's not particularly, you know, what happens between you and him, you know, just
I don't care about him one way or the other.
disappointing when someone's lying. And you know what? I have faith in Yuko. I think it's probably just a miscommunication because I can't justify him not robbing me earlier if he was lying, and I can't
I-
justify you lying. So
Why would I lie about
No.
this?
yeah, exactly. This is the point I'm at. So there has to be some sort of miscommunication because otherwise neither people make fucking sense.
A simple plan. And for some reason, they chose to run over the other hill. I ran with them for a little bit and then turned around and shoot. I could not find them, keep running. Then returned, got back on my horse, and tried to lead the law away. Because I knew I was ready to get caught, if it need be. Yeah, so to make sure they could get away. Told them that before, too. People, I liked him. In fact, I still do like him in a way. I don't trust him, no. But he's a smart young cookie. I will say though that if be very cautious if you do the business with him. I think he will do whatever it take to try and trick for his own advantage. Now, that does not mean you can do the business as long as you hold the cards.
If he gets caught out doing something, we drown him. There, how simple is that?
I will say the first time I met him, he said multiple times that he's constantly thinking of ways to making money, business ideas and the like. I think there's something to be said of what Cole just said. He does seem the type that will look out for himself at the end of the day.
Why did he take
There's
your
something
cash
that's
or
what I
your
expect.
guns? That is strange, but maybe he has his eyes on something bigger. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to create chaos. I really wouldn't to give him too much thought, though.
Well, he also said he's been trying to speak to Morgan for some time. Maybe not robbing him was just ensuring that conversation.
This all happened today.
Yeah, it's because I didn't telegram him back and he was a little bit nervous.
Was Mr. Cook there too?
Nope, haven't met this cook fella.
Yeah, for me, you know, one of my weaknesses is I can trust a little bit too easy, I think, from time to time. Always been this way. Usually ends up good, but sometimes not so much.
Sure. Makes sense. Other than that, I don't think I particularly have anything else to talk about. If anyone else does, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, I think that's all I got for right now.
Hey, and not bad. We figured some things out today. That meeting went for like... Let me check my little pocket watch here. Okay, yeah, that meeting went for like an hour and 5 minutes. Not too bad.
Hmm.
Oh, can you do the bell thing?
Good.
To wrap up the meeting.
Yeah, good.
This is part of the experience.
I'm ready for it.
Ready?
Uh-huh,
Yep.
uh-huh.
One time.
I love it. I love it.
Do three. Let's make it special.
Okay.
It's a special meeting.
3 time.
Meeting finished.
Adjourned.
What, adjourned. Yeah, that's the one.
Well,
Oh, good.
fantastic.
All right, very important. Last business. What time
What's
next
still-
week?
What time next week? Do we want to do 7?
I think we just do 8. I think 8's been
8?
working for us
Okay, let's
consistently.
do 8. Let's do 8.
All right.
I'm
The sign
writing it
put
down
8
right
on
now.
the... He put up a sign and didn't even have the fucking time on
There
it.
was no time on it at all.
And you can maybe you can title it the official Guarma High Council meeting Sunday. I don't know, whatever fancy flower it has. High Council does have a ring to it. I'll give you that.
And it does.
Especially with some cannabis. Like Bonnie Jack say. Right, I'll be heading back either a little bit or tomorrow morning. Not sure which.
Sure. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what do you think about bolt action, guy? Got this from the
Legit.
gun auction, 500. Yeah, well, it's
Is
kind of
that,
like a brown, white-colored wrap, some
that a
brass
brass?
and some
Yeah.
black. Yeah. I think it's really fucking pretty.
It is nice. Does it have a name on it?
No, it's unetched. Yep, 500, a fucking steal. Telling you. You're looking for some guns, by the way. I've got Lancasters and all sorts that I picked up today that, like, for really fucking cheap. A Lancaster, a Navy. Let me check my book. Oh, wait, no, let me think. So for sale currently, which you might be interested in, I have 2 clean Lancasters, a Lancaster that used to belong to the Bloody Hoods, a repeating shotgun, another repeating shotgun that's edged,
Am I in the right account?
and a couple of
Thank
navies.
you, May. Lancaster, I would be interested in, yes.
Including Phoenix's navy. I'm not sure if that means much, but you know. Sure.
Phoenix, oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, how much do you want that for?
For the Phoenix navy? Well, it's Phoenix and it's like gold and black and shit. So honestly like 400 probably. Because I know I could get that money off Phoenix. So.
Yeah, I sell to Phoenix. I'm not paying
Yep,
that for
yep.
it.
Lancaster, though? I mean, what are you looking for Lancaster? What price? Yeah, let's do the negotiation, whatever the fuck you called it earlier.
Tanpan.
Yeah,
All right,
Tampan.
Let's
Okay.
see here.
You can start.
200.
200? 300.
You what? We're good. How long have we known each other?
Too long.
Yeah, how much money have I given you in the past?
How much money have I given you in the past?
Yeah, no, other way around.
No, both ways, Kai. Both ways.
220.
Kai, I gotta make some
Cash money
fucking...
right here, right now.
I don't have it on me right now.
Oh, where is it? In the crossing?
Yeah, in the crossing.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Come on, I gotta make some fucking money. 220. Are you fucking joking me? I gotta make some money. It's a clean. It's a perfectly clean Lancaster with like a stock wrap on it, like perfectly clean plus
Say
$40 of
on it.
wrap.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. 230.
Are you fucking who? 280
Yeah, that's.
for a clean Lancaster.
I could go to the Pavi and get it for 240 easy.
There you go. Shut the fuck up.
250. Final offer.
275 final offer. I need to make money here, Kai. I need to make money.
You got it. You say cheap. You got it for 145, I bet.
I got it for more than that. Significantly more than that.
See, a new Lancaster is
350.
350.
So that's $75 saved plus a wrap on it, just for the treat.
275.
275.
Six.
Up.
Give me face 270.
Listen. On this Lancaster, 275 makes me $35. 275 is what I'm standing.
No deal.
Oh,
So
no
help
deal,
me, you give me
no
that fucking
deal.
deal.
Whoa. You pull out your pistol for business talk.
That's what the Decenzas do, right? I thought that's how you do it.
These fucking $5 between friends. All right, fine.
Exactly, 275. Beautiful. I'll get it to you next time in the crossing. So probably tomorrow or the day after or the day after.
Hey,
Sound good?
It sounds
Sound
good.
good?
Yeah.
Also got one of North's navies, if that intrigues you.
North, his name is familiar. I don't.
Yeah, they're
remember.
one of the Kelly boys, you know, the fucking crazy one.
Oh, yeah, no, that don't interest me. You have a clean navy. Am I in the right call?
Oh, man,
See,
thank
I
you
have
so
a
much.
navy. I
Thank you,
remember
man.
having a navy. I can't remember if it's clean or not. This is the part that's killing me. I don't
Well,
know.
I might be interested in navy too, maybe.
Yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow when I'm in the crossing.
Okay.
I'm
So
also selling
270
this.
for the Lancaster and.
I'm also
okay.
selling this if you're so inclined.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So 500.
Okay, come on. You could have made this worth more than 500. Okay.
Yeah, I know. No, this one I don't want.
Okay.
I'll ask my brother. Maybe he wants protection. I'll see. You have not met him yet, have you?
I haven't. If any of your people or friends need like a really cheap, like just a cheap gun they can point at someone, I've got like really, really cheap guns.
Like the double action.
No, I've got a repeating shotgun that I'm willing to let go for incredibly small price.
I'll ask.
It is marked, but I'll sell it at you at like a quarter of the price.
That would be a good gun stockpile, maybe even for Guarma too.
It's just like
Some of
it's just a cheap $100 gun. You can throw out whatever you need to throw at it. You know, just. But that's you know. You just let me know.
270 for the Lancaster, and then we'll talk about the Navy. Oh yeah, sorry. Light.
Mm-hmm. All right, I am going to take a minute. I don't know if I'm going to head back to the crossing. No, I'm not leaving till tomorrow because I got to meet with Logan and them. So I might see y'all later if you're still around. Otherwise, shit, I'm sure we'll catch up soon.
All right.
Hey, y'all have a good night.
You
Tell
too.
me, where are you headed? Tell me.
I think I'm heading back to the crossing.
Oh, so soon. Okay.
Yes, I have meetings tomorrow, and I might have something to do tonight.
Okay. Well, you heading back there now, or?
I figured I would go in that direction.
Alright.
What about you?
I'm going to go hunt more pigs, I think.
All right.
Get
Better
my
ways
money
to make
back.
money, damn it.
Not mining though. Fuck mining. Never again. I hate that.
I can give you some coal for coal runs when you get back if you want.
I don't want to have anything to do with mining.
I don't know
or
why you
coal
don't just
runs.
do a coal run when you're back. You're in Annensberg anyway. That's what I do. Every time I go back, I just do a
If you're
coal
giving it for free, you know, why not?
run. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not that
give me the
rich.
coal and then the 175 for the. No, never mind. That won't work.
What? the fuck you on about?
Never mind.
I'll make you the offer. If you just want to go back to the crossing and make $50 within like 5 minutes, I'm willing to sell coal for 50.
50. Okay.
Just cheaper than what I'd usually sell it for.
Yeah, that's what what's his face? Candy Cane used to do.
A fuck candy game.
I wonder if he's dead. You know,
Hopefully.
I had him wrapped around my finger before he met Edgar, his Candy Cane. He was going to be a key player in a very, very big scheme that never actually panned out.
He's the type of fellow I expected to shoot, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, you know, hopefully, if everything would have went well, he would have been the main person that the deputies would have looked at.
I need to get some water. I am fucking slow as a tortoise.
This way.
Yeah.
But then he met Edgar and got very busy. I had a scheme too. This would require very much cooperation with many different people. But to, at the end of the day, take control of the gun oil sales. And after manipulating the market for it very cheap at first, there would have been an accident at the oil refinery. And the oil refinery is the only place that you could get at the gun oil. And also, propaganda saying that the gun oil, the oil fields was the only place in the crossing that produced the gun oil. And then, at the right time, big accident happened. And right after, everyone who is a participant goes to the gun shops and takes control of them. And began to sell due to a very large shortage of gun oil, start to sell them for a lot of money. Oh, thank you.
No.
Oh, you fuck. Now it's no good.
It'll bleed out. I'm so bad. What the fuck?
I think
that's
this size just need adjusting.
My eyes need to.
So anyway, Candy Cane was going to be the main pivot man on this. He did not even know what he was signing up for. But he would have been at the very top. So when people found out, the deputies discover, then he would be the one they would find. We would walk away scot-free with a lot of money. Hopefully. Yeah, but of course it didn't work out this way.
Never does it?
Are you going to sell that pig?
No.
Alright, I'll get it. Maddie!
Maddie, no. Sorry guys, I just yelled in the microphone my dog's name. I gotta let him out of my room, hang on. Finally, we got a big rain on Gorm. Nice.
big spotted pig coming through.
Not worth butchering. $5. So, guys, I don't know if you know, Bonnie Jack was here today, and I have not seen him in like a year or more. Him and a few others and Co. were the ones who pretty much kicked off the very first huge war we had going back a year and a half or more ago. Because we kidnapped the wrong person to rob barrel races at McFarland's ranch. And very few people, maybe only one or two, know that Co was involved to this day. He never got charged with it. He was never suspected. But Bonnie Jack was a prolific bank robber, bandit, gunfighter, just an amazing RPer, amazing character all around. Really cool shit. Good to see him.
Dropped your good
Under
stuff.
arrest. You're under arrest.
Oh, all right, damn it.
Send the money over. Come on now.
I don't have any. I only
Taxation.
have 20 cents on me.
That works.
Okay, here. Take it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's gone in my pocket.
All right. Well, I'm going to head back tomorrow. I'm going to
Sure.
go slaughter a few more pigs. Pay for my voyage here and back.
Between me and you, maybe you could take a coat or two.
Take it when?
A coat or two.
Oh, okay, yeah. Keep that hush hush though.
Yeah, hush, 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 hush. Shh. Shh. Yep.
All right. You guys take care. See you, Xiaomei.
Yes.
A big spider. I think they wanted some alone time. I sense a little bit of a item thing going on there. So yeah, better that I leave them to it. Love is bad for business and all that. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna be on for a little while longer, but I'm just gonna go kill some pigs, and then I will be streaming again tomorrow. Let's find somebody cool to raid. Plus, it is Mother's Day. My kids got up this morning, made breakfast for Mom. Of course, I was the one kind of directing them, but yeah. Gregory Peppo's on. Screw, he's not playing. Oh, Sully. Let's raid Sully. Sully was playing one of the Lobos. I'm not sure if he's played one of the ones that I think his character should still be alive, I think. Sully C, there we go. Thank you all for sticking around. I appreciate it. Sometimes meetings can be interesting. That one had a little bit of spice in it. And tomorrow is going to be bank job day, hopefully, if all goes well. So, see you all soon.